Too many times I see at the range a petite woman struggling with a subcompact pistol like an LCP-2 because small hands need a small gun, right? Let's talk about this. Welcome to the Armed Citizen channel. My name is Mark and I do this video mentorship for all armed citizens, be they new or experienced. I talk about the things that I think no one else talks about. So please, like my videos, subscribe, and share them with people of all political persuasions. Let's get into the content. Just about every time I go to the range, I see a petite woman or man struggling to use a subcompact pistol like an LCP-2, not to pick on Ruger specifically. When I talk to her and her boyfriend or husband, I discover this pistol was suggested or sold to her under the premise that a small pistol is best for someone with small hands. This is a terrible premise when you're talking about a person's first weapon. I'm not going to get all wonky with the physics about this because I don't want to see your eyes glaze over. Yes, I can see your eyes. I will have to give some physics to describe the basic concepts, however. A firearm is a fascinating collection of lessons in physics and chemistry, metallurgy, and more. All of the shooting fundamentals we practice, such as stance, grip, trigger pull, and the rest, we don't do them to make our first shot to be accurate. We do them so our second, third, and so on shots are delivered quickly and accurately. When we fire a round, we experience the recoil as part of Newton's third law, which is the equal and opposite reaction one. The amount of recoil we experience depends upon several factors, including the caliber, the bullet weight, the bullet velocity, and the weight of the gun itself. Through Newton's second law, heavier objects require more force to get them moving one. Some of the recoil is, shall we say, consumed before the firearm starts pushing against your hand thanks to the weight of the weapon. I really hate interrupting myself mid-tirade, but I just wanted to put in a real quick reminder to please like this video, subscribe to this channel, and share it with all of your friends. That's how I grow this channel and get to more people. So, all right, back to myself. In order to adequately make multiple shots quickly, we must fully absorb the recoil generated by the weapon, which results in the aim of our weapon having minimal displacement from our aim point. We do this by having a grip on the firearm with the proper friction between our hands and the frame, and using our body as a conduit to absorb and dissipate this recoil energy throughout our entire body, even down into the earth under our feet. If we properly absorb all of the recoil, we get little to zero muzzle rise. If we don't absorb it, we get farther off target, which costs us time. Then we have to reacquire the sights and then reacquire the target. If we don't properly absorb this recoil, this energy, what happens to it? That's a great question, and thank you for asking. The answer is, it all depends. If we only partially absorb it, one of the ways it shows up is we are knocked back off balance because we didn't have the proper stance to let us transfer the force into the ground. Or it stops at our elbows, which is where you end up smacking your forehead with the weapon. If the force stops at our shoulders, it shows as our arms rise, taking you drastically off target. If you don't absorb it at all, with usually a loose or incorrect grip like teacupping, the weapon itself rotates up, sometimes twisting right out of our hands. This can happen with any pistol of any caliber. Hold it poorly enough and you can get bad results from a .22. If you can get your stance correct, your body aligned and all that, it comes down to the amount of surface area between your hands and the frame of the weapon. Small guns give you very little area to transfer that force from the weapon to you. Think about it this way. Your 8-year-old wants to take horse riding lessons. The first horse they are put on is patient, gentle, and has a good temperament. Once they've had a few lessons, they get to ride the horse with a bit more spirit. Harder to control, but not much. Then the more spirited horse, and so on. Same way with progressing to smaller firearms. We start with the heavier, larger weapon first, which is gentle. Then we can progress to the smaller or more spirited firearms. Like I said, a small framed subcompact should be your second or third step on the journey, not your first. There must be a mastery of the basics that can be easily learned by using the full-size pistols before moving on to the compacts or subcompacts. The same goes here. Have this petite lady or man run a full-size pistol as a first handgun. Have them practice with it. See how easy the large pistol runs in their hands and how accurate they are. They will more than likely need as part of the practice with the full-size weapon to build up hand and body strength. Then and only then should there be any discussion on going to a smaller pistol, because by then they have the strength, the knowledge, and training to handle that subcompact pistol and not get overwhelmed by it. Y'all have yourselves a wonderful day. If you made it this far into the video, thank you. Just one last request that you like and subscribe and share with your friends, and send me some feedback on the way so I know where to go and what I might have messed up. Y'all have yourselves a wonderful day.